Hi everyone, I hope you're doing good and welcome back to the second part of the propeller mold design. Now let's move on to the polyline tool. So this step is essential since it helps us to define how exactly the mold will open and close, or in other words, it shows us where the core and cavity will meet. And as you can see, we first start by selecting the external edges of the propeller using the same reference plane, which is the top plane. And if we want to change the direction of the polyline, we just have to click on the red arrow as it is shown. So as we can see in the message, once the selection area is complete, SolidWorks confirms that the polyline area is closed, meaning it forms a continuous loop, but also it tells us that the shutoff surfaces are still needed, so that we can separate the mold into core and cavity easily. And to fix this, we just have to go to the Shutoff Surface tool and select all the open edges that need to be closed. But as you can see for our case, SolidWorks automatically generates a smooth surface area to seal the open edges. Next, let's move on to the parting surface. So this surface extends from the parting line and it defines exactly where the mold separates. And as you can see, we can easily adjust its shape by just dragging the vertices, giving us a full control how the surface extends around the model. And also it helps us to create a clean and accurate split between the core and cavity, ensuring both sides align perfectly once the mold is assembled. So after setting up the parting and the shutoff surfaces, we move to splitting the mold. So as you can see, first we start by sketching a rectangle on the top plane so that we can define the mold boundaries. Once the rectangle is ready, we use it along with the parting and the shutoff surfaces so that we can split the mold into core and cavity. To complete our mold design, we have to create the guiding feeders, and these feeders make the core and cavity align perfectly when the mold closes, and they also guide us to close it correctly. And as you can see, we first start by hiding the bottom section so that we can make the workplace more visible. Then we started by sketching the guiding shapes on the selected plane. As you can see, to form the guiding pins, we just have to use the extrude tool with a slight draft angle so that we can ensure that the mold will have a proper alignment and a smooth release during the closing or the separation of the mold. And now let's move on to create the slats using the same reference plane that we have used before, but this time we will hide the upper section of our mold so that we can clearly see and create the machine slats with the same dimensions that we have used before to create the pins, using cut extrude tool to make sure that our guiding feeders have smooth alignment. Once the pins and slats are done, we use the Move Copy Body feeder to check the model assembly, and as you can see, the model now is perfectly done and ready for manufacturing.